Tonight, a Micoud man is dead and a family member in police custody in connection with the killing. St. Lucia receives 25,000 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. And Health Minister Mary Isaac says the hands of the government could be forced to take action by banning alcohol outright. Catch the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Monday, the 1st of March, 2021. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Police are investigating the death of a Micoud resident who was found with apparent stab wounds about the body and a slash to his neck. The victim has been identified as 50-year-old Earl Dennis. Dennis was found dead in bed at his residence at French Row, Micoud, Saturday morning. A suspect has been arrested in connection with his death. Nisha Charles begins our reporting.
An emergency call came into the Micoud fire station on Saturday, 27th February, around 7:50 a.m. for an individual who was allegedly physically assaulted at French Row, Micoud. Upon arrival, officers found a male lying on his back, appearing to have sustained blunt force trauma to his body. The male was later identified as 50-year-old Earl Dennis. Dennis's best friend, Anthony Daniel, has expressed shock following news of his death on Saturday morning. He had spoken to Dennis the night before.
Something had me, but I just could not have slept that night. I was in my bed already, but something had me to wake up. So I woke up. I went down the road. I sat down there by a friend. We spoke, then I left. I went back to my home again. That must have been around after 11. Then I came back out. When I was coming out, I noticed he was coming out of the yard. So I said to him, boy, so little man, you still out and things so at that time of the night. I thought you had gone to bed already, you know. So he told me he was just there drinking a cocoa tea, you know, making a cocoa. So I myself said to him, well, I myself have just had a little cup of cocoa tea myself I had there. So I'm just going back by a little friend there. So we sat down there by the friend. And after that, I left the friend. And then I was going back to my home.
Upon returning home, Daniel had gone into bed, only to be awoken by a loud sound. It was then that he heard windows shattering at Dennis's residence.
I noticed some of the neighbors must have heard too because the lights came on, people were watching, next door neighbors were watching. Then I heard the window broke down again the second time. But I still could not have heard nothing but just the window. So I'm saying to myself, but what's that? My nephew himself was there telling me, uncle, is that Earl home, you know, that thing happened there. So I'm there trying to listen to see if I'm hearing any noise or anything or all that. So I never heard anything. So I say to myself, well, let me just go back to my bed. But then again, I heard they were calling out his name, Earl, Earl, Earl. But I didn't really take that for anything. So I still stayed inside of the house, unknown to me that something was happening there. Not until in the morning when I woke up, my nephew called me again and told me, look, a certain individual out there crying. So I got up, I came outside to see. Then I saw there was a little group of people there at the time. So when I heard they say that Earl is dead in the house, so I noticed there was this broken glasses was on the ground. So I went there, I peeped through the window. There I saw Earl lying on the bed in a pool of blood.
Police announced Saturday afternoon that a Micoud resident had been arrested in connection with the incident. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Thank you, Nisha. The government of India has kept its word to St. Lucia. On Monday, the 1st of March, the island was the recipient of 25,000 doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. The representative for the Indian nation said the donation was just one in a large effort to aid as many as 60 countries in the fight against COVID-19. Prime Minister Alan Chastanet said this is the beginning of the campaign to get as many St. Lucians as possible vaccinated. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
On Monday, March 1st, St. Lucia received a donation of 25,000 doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine from the Republic of India as a gesture of friendship and solidarity. This support is a very tangible expression of the commitment of the Republic of India to support the government and people of St. Lucia in reducing the spread of COVID-19. This donation of vaccines will significantly strengthen the national COVID-19 vaccination campaign. Present at the arrival ceremony at the George F.L. Charles Airport was the representative of the Indian community, Madhu Asani, who explained that whilst COVID-19 has taken a toll on the entire world, India sought to fight back since it had the means to do so. Asani said this vaccine is a small indicator of the might of her homeland.
As a result, India has so far conducted over 215 million COVID tests with an impressive recovery rate of 97.14% and fatality rate of only 1.4%. As is well known, India has been supplying affordable and low-cost generic drugs to millions of people across the globe and has come to be known as pharmacy of the world and producer of choice for vaccines. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown that India can not only innovate, but also rapidly distribute time-sensitive, crucial drugs to every part of the globe that needs it.
Asani went on to say with such might comes great responsibility, and that by sharing the vaccine, India is exercising humility.
The whole world is one family, and as a trusted and dependable friend and partner, India last year not only ensured timely access to essential drugs, but even supplied diagnostic kits and medical equipment, ranging from masks, gloves, ventilators, to over 150 countries, many of them on grant basis. As a responsible stakeholder in the global supply chain, under the Vaccine Maitri or Friendship Program, India has so far delivered over 7 million doses of made in India Covishield vaccines to 15 countries on a grant basis, and 25 countries, including the LAC region, are under transportation and approval process. Besides, made in India Covishield vaccines supplied to COVAX facility will be helping over 60 countries to begin their inoculation process.
Prime Minister Alan Shasney was also present, as well as other members of the Department of Health. The PM graciously accepted the donation. He explained that the virus has had a massive effect on the lives of St. Lucians, especially those who contracted it, and in worst cases, those who lost lives and loved ones to it. He implored St. Lucians, as many as possible, to take the vaccine.
Sadly, there are stories that are out there that are causing persons to second guess whether they should be vaccinated or not. I'm hoping that by my example, and soon the example of the rest of my cabinet, by the example of the other leaders of this country, that persons would be encouraged to take the vaccine, not only to protect yourself, but to protect everyone else. As a caring government, our responsibility is to protect all of you. But we also do that in the context of your own civil rights. And hopefully we can convince you to do the right thing. Our job is to make sure the vaccine is here. The vaccine that is available to you has been certified and approved by WHO. The rest of it is you. You have to agree to take that vaccine.
In the coming weeks, the vaccination will be extended to the thousands of St. Lucians who have registered for the COVID-19 vaccine. Vaccination sites have been identified across the island and will be announced weekly. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is ramping up its COVID-19 vaccination campaign. This as the island received some 25,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from the Republic of India on Monday. The administering of vaccines in country began on the 17th of February 2021 and has been focused on vaccinating those who are at highest risk of being exposed to the virus. This week, the national campaign will continue with frontline workers, and phase 1 1B will commence. In Phase 1B, people who are 65 years and older, residents of elderly homes, and people with chronic health conditions will be vaccinated. The National Immunization Manager, Tekla Jabatis, outlined the schedule for this week as part of Phase 1B.
Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021, Rich for Human Resource Center and Tiroshe Mikud Wellness Center. Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021, Bexon Wellness Center. Thursday, March 4th, 2021, Deriso Parish Hall. Friday, March 5th, 2021, Marigo Secondary School, Dennery Seventh-day Adventist Church, Mikud Multipurpose Center, Labrie Wellness Center, and the Choiseul Fisheries Complex. And on Saturday, March 6, 2021, Philip Masley Grounds, Viewfort.
This phase is expected to last about 8 weeks, and the campaign will then transition into its third phase, vaccinating the rest of the population. The latest COVID-19 vaccines are a gesture of friendship and solidarity from the government and people of India.
The Ministry of Health, and by extension the government of St. Lucia, is deeply grateful to the Republic of India for this generous donation. We know this will benefit the management of COVID-19 in our country, as the vaccine will not only help in reducing transmission of the virus, but it will also reduce severe COVID-19 infection, hospitalization, and death. All of these are the public health improvements which become possible through vaccination. The AstraZeneca vaccine will help in protecting our citizens, reducing pressures of treatment and care on our healthcare system, and limit the impact of COVID-19 on our country as a whole. And for this, we are forever thankful to the Republic of India for this partnership.
In the coming weeks, vaccination will be extended to thousands of St. Lucians who have registered for the vaccine. Announcements of the schedule will be made by the Ministry of Health. In a statement Saturday, PAHO said that its revolving fund for vaccines will procure and deliver COVAX vaccines to countries in the Eastern Caribbean and Barbados. COVAX is financially supporting access to vaccines for 4 Eastern Caribbean countries, namely Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These countries would probably have to wait months to get vaccines if the facility did not exist. According to PAHO, following the approval of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use list by the World Health Organization, 100,800 doses of the vaccine will be delivered to Barbados, 74,400 doses will be delivered to St. Lucia, 40,800 doses will be delivered to Antigua and Barbuda, 21,600 doses will be delivered to St. Kitts and Nevis, 45,600 doses will be delivered to Grenada, 28,800 doses will be delivered to Dominica, and 45,600 doses will be delivered to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Stay with us. Still to come, the health minister warns that citizens may force government to ban alcohol amid the COVID crisis. Senator Herman Gill Francis says he is being unfairly vilified, while true villains are being embraced by society. And St. Lucia to pay it forward by donating some of its vaccines to a neighboring island.